There are two basic energies hidden within each of us: the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Their harmony, understanding, and acceptance of this duality within us leads to a harmonious relationship with our twin flame. Twin flames are two halves of the same soul united in different life forms in search of reunion. They are the embodiment of a divine connection, a bond that transcends the boundaries of the physical world, reaching into the depths of the spiritual. But what happens when the divine feminine stops pursuing the divine masculine? What changes does this experience bring to the divine masculine? These questions intrigue and stump many seekers of spirituality, and today we will explore them. We will journey through 6 key signs that manifest when the divine feminine ceases its pursuit. Each sign is a step toward understanding the profound changes that occur in the divine masculine, changes that ultimately lead to spiritual growth and personal transformation. The cessation of the divine feminine's pursuit catalyzes a profound transformation within the divine masculine, leading to the emergence of emotional maturity. This pivotal shift is characterized by a deeper understanding and management of emotions, marking a significant evolution in the divine masculine's spiritual and personal journey. Emotional maturity begins with the divine masculine developing a deeper understanding of his emotions. This involves moving beyond the surface level reactions to explore the root causes of feelings, such as anger, sadness, or fear. It's about recognizing that emotions are not weaknesses, but are, in fact, powerful indicators of inner truths and needs. This sign of maturity is also about acceptance. The divine masculine learns to accept his emotions without judgment, understanding that they are a natural part of the human experience. This acceptance is crucial for emotional healing and growth, as it allows for a compassionate and nurturing approach to one's own emotional state. As the divine masculine matures emotionally, he becomes more responsive rather than reactive to his emotions and the emotions of others. This means he can experience feelings without being overwhelmed by them or allowing them to dictate his actions. Instead, he can pause, reflect, and choose how to respond in a way that is aligned with his highest self. This responsiveness also involves being able to communicate emotions effectively. The divine masculine learns to express his feelings in a clear, honest, and respectful manner, fostering deeper connections and understanding in his relationships. Another key aspect of emotional maturity is the development of emotional resilience. This resilience enables the divine masculine to navigate life's challenges and setbacks with grace and strength. Instead of being derailed by difficult emotions, he learns to view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Emotional resilience also involves the ability to maintain a positive outlook, find meaning in adversity, and bounce back from setbacks. This resilience is not about avoiding or suppressing emotions, but about facing them head on and moving through them with awareness and courage. Finally, emotional maturity embraces vulnerability. The divine masculine recognizes that true strength lies in the ability to be vulnerable, to openly share his fears, hopes, and dreams. vulnerability becomes a gateway to deeper connections with others and a more authentic expression of the self. In conclusion, the emergence of emotional maturity in the divine masculine is a transformative process that enhances his ability to navigate the complexities of life and relationships with wisdom, compassion, and resilience. It marks a significant step towards a more fulfilling and authentic existence, grounded in a profound understanding and acceptance of the self and others. When the divine feminine stops chasing, it often triggers a profound period of self-reflection for the divine masculine. This introspective journey is crucial for personal growth and spiritual development, as it involves a deep dive into the self, examining motivations, actions, and life choices. Self-reflection begins with the divine masculine taking a step back from his daily routines and the external world to look inward. This process involves questioning his own beliefs, values, and the very essence of his identity. It's about asking, who am I beyond my roles and the expectations of others? And what truly matters to me? Solitude often plays a key role in self-reflection. In the quietude away from the noise of constant interaction, the divine masculine finds the space to think and feel authentically. Solitude provides the necessary environment to disconnect from the influences of society and reconnect with one's inner voice. This is not about loneliness, but about cherishing a sacred space for self-discovery and contemplation. Through self-reflection, the divine masculine gains clarity about his life direction and purpose. This clarity comes from understanding his deepest desires and aligning his actions with his true self. It involves reassessing life goals and, often, setting new ones that are more in tune with his authentic desires and values. This clarity also helps in making more informed decisions, leading to actions that are more deliberate and aligned with personal and spiritual goals. It's about moving from a reactive life to a proactive one, where choices are made consciously and purposefully. Self-reflection significantly impacts relationships. As the divine masculine understands himself better, he becomes more capable of healthy, honest, and open relationships. He learns to communicate his needs and boundaries more clearly and to understand and respect those of others. This leads to more mature and fulfilling relationships. Moreover, self-reflection fosters personal growth. It encourages the development of virtues such as humility, patience, and empathy. The divine masculine learns to embrace change and growth, understanding that these are constant aspects of life. In conclusion, self-reflection is a powerful sign of transformation in the divine masculine. It marks a turning point towards greater self-awareness, personal clarity, and ultimately, a more authentic and fulfilling life. When the divine feminine ceases her pursuit, the divine masculine is presented with a profound opportunity to explore and embrace independence. This shift is not about physical solitude or emotional detachment. Rather, it's about the internal journey towards self-sufficiency and personal strength. Independence in the context of the divine masculine means discovering an inner wholeness that does not rely on external validation or companionship to feel complete. It's about the divine masculine realizing that his essence and value are not contingent upon the chase or the approval of the divine feminine. This realization fosters a deep sense of self-worth and confidence that is self-generated, not externally sourced. Such independence also involves emotional and spiritual autonomy. The divine masculine begins to process his emotions independently, learning to comfort himself, to understand his feelings, and to respond to life's challenges without needing the divine feminine as a constant source of emotional support. Spiritually, he starts to connect with his own inner guidance, finding peace and direction from within rather than seeking it through the relationship dynamic. As the divine masculine cultivates independence, his relationships transform. They become healthier and more balanced because he no longer places the burden of his emotional and spiritual well-being solely on others. This balance allows for relationships that are based on mutual respect, love, and freedom rather than neediness or dependency. Ultimately, the cultivation of independence prepares the divine masculine for a true partnership with the divine feminine, should their paths cross again. This partnership is characterized by two whole beings coming together, not out of necessity, but out of a desire to share their completeness with each other. This is the essence of a mature, spiritually aligned relationship where both individuals contribute equally and healthily. In essence, the emergence of independence in the divine masculine is a transformative sign that marks a significant evolution in his spiritual journey and personal development. It is a crucial step towards achieving a balanced, fulfilling life and forming relationships that are rooted in genuine connection and mutual growth. The cessation of the divine feminine's pursuit prompts the divine masculine to embark on a quest for balance. This pursuit of equilibrium is not merely about finding a middle ground in external circumstances, but involves a profound internal realignment of priorities, energies, and values. It signifies a shift towards a more holistic approach to life, where the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual dimensions are harmonized. One of the core aspects of seeking balance involves the harmonization of masculine and feminine energies within the self. The divine masculine begins to recognize and integrate the qualities of the divine feminine that he may have previously neglected or undervalued, such as intuition, empathy, and vulnerability. This integration allows for a more rounded and complete expression of the self, where strength is balanced with sensitivity and action is tempered with reflection. In a world that often values doing over being, the divine masculine learns the importance of stillness and presence. He discovers the power of simply being, of living in the moment without the constant need to achieve or prove his worth. This realization fosters a deeper appreciation for life's simple pleasures and a more mindful approach to daily activities. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. The quest for balance extends into the practical realm of work-life harmony. The divine masculine reassesses his commitments and priorities, striving to create a life that allows for meaningful work, rest, and play. He recognizes the importance of self-care and sets boundaries to protect his time and energy. This shift towards work-life harmony contributes to overall well-being and satisfaction. Finally, seeking balance involves a deepening of the divine masculine's spiritual journey. He explores his beliefs and values, seeking alignment between his inner world and outer actions. This spiritual equilibrium is about living authentically, guided by a sense of purpose and connection to something greater than oneself. It's important to note that seeking balance is an ongoing process, not a final destination. Life is dynamic, and circumstances change, requiring the divine masculine to continually reassess and readjust his approach to maintaining balance. This adaptability is a sign of true maturity and wisdom. The journey of the divine masculine, especially after the divine feminine ceases her pursuit, often leads to a profound confrontation with an eventual release of the ego. This pivotal transformation is not about diminishing one's sense of self, but about transcending the limitations and illusions that the ego imposes. It's a deep internal process that fundamentally changes how the divine masculine perceives himself and the world around him. The ego, in this context, refers to the part of the self that is primarily concerned with maintaining a sense of identity and separateness. It is driven by desires for recognition, power, and control, and is often the source of fear, insecurity, and competition. The ego thrives on comparison and the belief in scarcity, leading to behaviors and attitudes that can be detrimental to personal growth and meaningful relationships. The cessation of the chase by the divine feminine serves as a catalyst for the divine masculine to confront his ego. Without the pursuit and the dynamics it creates, the divine masculine is left to face the parts of himself that were hidden or ignored. This confrontation is often marked by a period of introspection and sometimes turmoil as the ego resists change. However, it is through this process that the opportunity for genuine transformation arises. The release of the ego manifests in several key ways. Firstly, there is a noticeable decrease in the need for external validation. The divine masculine finds contentment and self-worth from within, rather than seeking it from achievements, possessions, or the approval of others. Secondly, there is a shift from competition to collaboration. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all life, the divine masculine moves away from viewing others as rivals and towards seeing them as partners in the journey of growth and discovery. Additionally, there is an increased capacity for empathy and compassion. Freed from the ego's focus on self, the divine masculine is able to truly connect with others, understanding and sharing in their feelings and experiences. A key aspect of releasing the ego is the cultivation of humility. This is not about self-deprecation, but about recognizing one's limitations and the infinite complexity of life. Humility opens the door to learning, growth, and a deeper appreciation for the mystery and beauty of existence. The release of the ego is closely tied to spiritual awakening. As the divine masculine lets go of egoic constraints, he experiences a profound sense of freedom and expansion. He begins to perceive the world with new eyes, recognizing the divine in everything and everyone. This awakening brings with it a sense of peace, joy, and a deep, abiding love that transcends the personal. The cessation of the divine feminine's pursuit often catalyzes a profound spiritual awakening in the divine masculine. This awakening is a transformative process that shifts the divine masculine's consciousness from a primarily self-centered view to a more expansive, interconnected understanding of existence. It involves a deep reevaluation of personal beliefs, values, and the purpose of life, leading to significant changes in how the divine masculine perceives himself and the world around him. As the divine masculine awakens spiritually, his consciousness expands. He begins to see the interconnectedness of all life and understands that his actions have ripple effects beyond his immediate environment. This expanded awareness brings with it a sense of responsibility to act with integrity, compassion, and wisdom. It also fosters a deep respect for life in all its forms, leading to more mindful and sustainable living practices. Spiritual awakening involves transcending old patterns of thought and behavior that no longer serve the divine masculine's highest good. This includes letting go of grudges, healing past wounds, and forgiving both himself and others. As he releases these burdens, he experiences a liberation that allows for greater love, joy, and peace in his life. With spiritual awakening, the divine masculine embraces his authenticity. He becomes more aligned with his true self, shedding societal masks and expectations that do not resonate with his inner truth. This alignment with authenticity often leads to discovering and embracing a deeper sense of purpose in life. The divine masculine may find himself drawn to pursuits that contribute to the well-being of others and the planet, driven by a heartfelt desire to make a positive difference. A key aspect of spiritual awakening is the development of a personal connection to the divine. However, the divine masculine chooses to define it. This connection might be experienced through nature, meditation, prayer, or through the arts. It provides a source of strength, guidance, and comfort, enriching the divine masculine's spiritual journey. In conclusion, the spiritual awakening of the divine masculine is a profound transformation that marks a shift towards a more conscious, compassionate, and purpose-driven life. It enhances his relationships, enriches his experiences, and deepens his sense of connection to the world. This awakening is a journey of continual growth, bringing with it the promise of a more enlightened, existence. Finally, when the divine feminine stops pursuing the divine masculine, the path to deep inner transformation begins. It is a path to self-discovery, self-acceptance, and ultimately true freedom and love. Remember that every step on this path is a step towards discovering your true essence, towards a life of deep meaning and joy.